What's up, world? This is Scientific Enlightenment, Episode 6. Every fucking time, there's some fucking clothes hanging in this goddamn fucking room. Just tell me what type of S-type Donda West like, and then we're gonna be alright. Look! Hey, listen! Tell me what type of S-type Donda West like, and then we gon' be alright. If we had a little bit more money, we'd be alright. If all this money, we got these gold-plated churches, if some of this money was going to the kids in the street, we'd be alright. Heaven's here, isn't it? I think that was an imitation of Tupac, but I could be wrong. Okay, so today we're going to talk about inherency. So the word inherent means like already in it, or already, like it's inherently true. It's a given, but like it's a inside itself a given. How to like give an example of that? Well, what I'm thinking about is that like however the universe is, however the truth of reality is, it's already inherently like that. If you take that idea to like a more serious level, then it would almost seem like there should be nothing left to do. There should be no need to even talk. It would just be like, it's inherently, God-givenly already fucking true. No church, no mass, no praying, no lying down, no on your carpet, no. Like, already inherently true. To get back to science, though, before Newton in like the 1600s, Isaac Newton, the guy like who like pioneered tons of scientific things, the guy who like gave you the 3 laws of motion, before he came out with like the scientific method of like how to deduce logical reasoning where you could test if something is true, and then like a system to verify if something is true, before he came along with that, things were still true. We just kind of devised this communicative thing, probably like almost a language, to say like, well, now here's the recipe or how to do something. What I'm getting at is, when we realize how the universe is, it changes how the universe is for us and it around us, because we're like a relationship. But it's already how it is. So all we're doing is learning more about how it already is, and then we're building it, working with it, creating it a new state of the universe for it to be in, given that we've learned more things about it. But it's already like the physical laws of the universe are already what they are. So Richard Feynman, like a great scientist who was big in quantum electromagnetism, like electrodynamic. He was big on like the fucking micro electricity, spin and shit. So he died in '88, and he said nature is how she is. So she's gonna come out how she's gonna come out. And so when we're looking to discover more about her, we should not predetermine what it is we're trying to figure out about her. We should just look, you know what I mean? No assumptions, really, and just kind of like when you're in a relationship with a new person, you shouldn't fucking put boxes on them and assume they're a certain way and like try to fucking like understand why they're gonna match you to the box that you're putting on them. You should just let them come out as they are. So inherent, like inherent truth. You know what I mean? If you're trying to like write a book about the truth about life in the universe and the nature of reality, then you could say like it's a book about inherent truth. Like it's inherently true. Like everything here is inherently already here. I guess I'm not saying much, but it's a good word. Sorry that I didn't give you enough like juice to. How could you use inherent in your life? Inherent. Inherent. Like it's a given. That's a good, like, it's already a given. It's a given. Like we're evolving, it's a given. We're like one being, it's a given. We're like wasting our time because we're divided by nations and imaginary lines and monetary classes and power structures. We're wasting our time because we're already one thing. Now, there's probably some like chefs or chiefs or masters or master chiefs that are more in charge of directing this one being. And so I think that hierarchies and responsibility grades like manager, sub-manager, assistant manager, fucking that is probably always going to exist or like going to for a very long time. That's not the equality that I'm looking for. What we need, I think, as humans, is like a sit down. Like, if you want to scale it to the whole globe, like obviously we're approaching like 8 billion people, so it'd be very difficult to coordinate that kind of like meeting. Like, it's hard enough when we have like 8 people at your job. People don't even want to fucking come for like a meeting. So you can imagine if we had to try to get all of humanity to like, hey, let's pause for a bit. But I think that's what it comes down to. Humanity needs to pause for a bit so that we could reset. Like the Nintendo has been jammed and frozen on like for like 100 years, I would almost say. Like we're still getting better, but like we've just been like and we're ignoring it. Like it's kind of been broken for like I would argue very long time, but it's been broken for a long time. Our system of humanity, and we're just like, it's gonna be really a bitch to fucking fix this. So. So, what you could do as a person is focus on your own individual life and make that fucking water boy like finely tuned athletic machine. Make your life a fucking marvel. So that the system could like fix itself. If everyone would honestly look deep down into their own self and meditate and like psychedelics or isolation tanks or however you want to just really introspect, however you want to do it, and you really like got to the nitty gritty of your own self and were like ironing out the problems in your own self, then the system would be, it's just us at the end of the day, just a bunch of fucking humans. There's there's no magical like, even if there was like a fucking secret like alien hand or devil or like unhuman thing controlling the planet, even that thing would have its own internal, and it's still part of the collective system. So I'm saying if we all individual pods of this collective system would introspect and fix ourselves, the system would rectify itself. So you can do the work either way. You can do the work externally or internally, but it's better to do it internally more first, or like just more in general, because you have complete control on your own mind internally. There's nothing but you there. And that may scare you, and that's maybe why people don't do isolation tanks, because you don't want to be alone with your like other self or your real self or the one that you don't touch on, because you're gonna reach probably a lot of like like a lot of judgments that you may have towards other people. Like it's you at the end of the day. Like everything is you at the end of the day, and inside any human, like you have it in you because you're human. So when you introspect, you reach kind of peace if you go all the way. If you go past the like hypocritical rejection of your own self and you go all the way, you reach peace. Like it's just me, it's just us, it's just you. Like we're born into this world. We're not gonna start like not owning up to what we're born into. There's a lot of sick, twisted, evil motherfuckers in this world, and there have been for a long time. Before Hitler, before like doctors that would like cut people, like before like the most fucked up shit is currently going on. So evil's alive and well, but it's still us. Like even evil is us. Like more so, people are like. So we should just like get over it. Just be like, okay, it's okay. Let's just get over it. It's okay. Put the gun down. Put the knife down. Put your racketeering of like prostituting little kids. Just get out of that for a bit. Selling the organs of the kids. Let's just pause it. Just for a second. Let's just talk. You know. The torturing. Let's just chill for a bit. Just for a second. Let's just talk for like a month. A week. It's okay. We already know that you're doing that. It's okay. We're not that upset. I don't think anyone, if we can be really mature about it as like a species, I don't think 9/11, JFK, 2008 financial collapse, those really blatantly corrupt things, we don't really need like retribution. I would say that if we could really, really evolve, we don't even need like the payback. Like, oh, you're gonna go to jail, you're gonna go on death row, you should have to pay for what you did. I think it's even more beneficial for us to just be like, it's okay. Let's just change level. Let's just restart the Nintendo. But like, from like Nintendo to like, you know, Xbox 8 billion infinity. So I think that's really what it would kind of take to get us out of this jam. Because if we're going to be like, start pointing fingers at like, oh, you did this. Meanwhile, like, you know, while Dick Cheney's like, you know, operating and devising 9/11 with his like hoodlums, like you're fucking calling grandmothers and scamming them to pay you their money because you're acting like a little kid that's lost on vacation. So I mean, we all kind of, you know, no one's like immune. And I would almost argue that we're really the same substance deep down. Like we're just electrical light. We're just light flashing in between. We're just light. So I think that Dick Cheney like was born into his life and caught light a certain way and had genetics a certain way, and then he did what he did and he got to where he is and he's doing what he's doing, and it could not have been any other way. So my philosophy is that if you were that person, you would be exactly that person. So Dick Cheney's life is understandable from Dick Cheney's point of view. Everyone's is. So we should just let it go. Like just let it go. Hand off the fucking machine. Hand off the machine now. It's idealistic, but it's not that idealistic. I don't know how. No one knows how because it hasn't happened. But we need to have this talk as humans. We need to have the what the fuck are we doing here talk. We need to have the let's be honest with like our belief systems talk. And we should be more so than anything else is we don't even need to fucking agree on what the fuck, all the spiritual things, all the like big questions. We don't need to agree on it. But what we should agree on, or at least start talking about, is how we could operate this if we had a more collective mindset. A more like for ourselves mindset. It seems like it's moving towards that anyways, but we should talk about it more. The Beach Boys say that it almost seems like the more we talk about it, the worse it is to live without it. But let's talk about it. Wouldn't it be nice? It almost seems the more we talk about it, it almost makes it worse to live without it. But let's talk about it. Wouldn't it be nice? I'll put a description for the Beach Boys. Wouldn't it be nice in the description? See you next time.